What's good? What's good? What's good, baby? It's your boy Trex, the sports junkie, and welcome to the Nbs Show. It's the Super Bowl this week. We still got to talk about Luca again, but of course, I got my brother in the building. What up, Kyo?
What's good, man? What's good, man? Nbs Show Ep.78. This is one of our big annual shows every year that we do. So yeah, got a couple of things to discuss. Um we don't have many topics for tonight. Obviously it's the things that people want us to talk about, but we ready to get it going.
Well, we definitely gonna get it all going, but I think C's gonna pull up. I think box office is gonna pull up. We had to get the things popping, man. 7:30 sharp for y'all. We a little bit behind schedule, but we here because
Oh, well, I'm never behind schedule.
Oh no, no,
That's
I
one
was
thing
on
I
time. I was the one person that was logged
well,
and ready to
well,
go.
here's somebody that's behind schedule, but I'm glad he's here.
Ah!
Hey, the party don't start till I get there, man. I'm the DJ. You know what I'm talking about? So
On
let's
the
get it
ones and
poppin',
twos. Woo!
man.
Trendsetter.
Trendsetters in the building, man, aka the whole damn show. Yes,
Oh, here we
sir.
go.
And the other individual, obviously he's late. I mean, I guess that's what full timers do then.
Yeah,
Oh,
But
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Y'all
but
crazy, man.
anyways, man, let's get this thing going, man.
Over there watching some UFC soccer or something. I don't know.
But yeah, man, let's get this thing going right now. We're gonna be breaking down the full Super Bowl in a bit, but we're gonna do this one last time. Me and X we did a blog on it. Actually, the day the trade actually happened, obviously about Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, and everything going around that. Then see Yvonne and Yvonne's brother Antonio actually did a blog on it also. Make sure you go on C's channel to check out that blog if you guys get the chance. So with that being said, man, we're gonna do it like this. Your winners and losers from the Luka Doncic trade, man. What's up?
Ah,
Go ahead,
uh,
see.
all right, man. So I'll say this: there's a clear winner and a clear loser in most trades. This one is not different at all. Clear winner in this trade is the Los Angeles Lakers. Um, Not because that puts them in championship winning position this year, but they've clearly got the heir apparent to LeBron James for their franchise in the future. They kept trying to get the keys to AD. He did not want the keys. AD kept talking about he ain't got his license. He can't drive. So you know what? We're gonna send you to Dallas and we're gonna get somebody that don't mind driving the car over here. And I think it was a great deal for them. And they didn't have to give up much of nothing. You know what I mean? To get it, you know what I'm saying? Not saying AD is much or nothing, but I'm just saying, let's just say their talent is wet and wet, right? Let's just say their talent is wet and wet. But Doncic is way younger, like 10 years younger. So on top of that, you got to give me way more. If you got somebody that's just as talented and you got him for 10 more years, and I only got this dude for 3, 4, you know what I mean? So you got to give up way more than that, not just Max Christie and a draft pick. You got to give me way more than that, man. I would have needed it needed connect with that. You would have had to send me. I would have needed connect. I would have needed Rui, and then we could talk. But until then, no, I'm not sending you Luka just for AD and a first round pick and Max Christie. That's not it. But for the time being, I actually like the trade for Dallas right now this year. It's not out of the realm of possibility that this actually made their team better. Because the point differential between Luka and AD this season is like 3 points. But the defense they picked up is crazy. You know what I mean? It's the defensive differential is crazy because Luka plays absolutely no defense, and this man is in the contention for defensive player of the year every year. He's a presence in the middle. He gives you versatility to score. A big that can score, and he puts up points. And he doesn't have to pay the five, so he's going to be a lot happier about that, and he's going to be working a lot harder, which he's been working hard all year. He always works hard. He just gets injured, but he hadn't been injured that much these last 2 years. So I think they might be in better position to contend for a championship this year than the Lakers, because we don't even know how Luka and LeBron are gonna mesh. They both ball dominant. So anyway, long story short, the clear winner in the long run is the Lakers, but for this year, I might give it to the Mavericks.
Okay. Well, Q and I did this. I'm still shocked and it's happened a few days now, and I still cannot believe Dallas traded Luka Doncic. That is, oh my God, just crazy to me. That's complete craziness. But it is what it is at this point now. The Lakers won this trade, man. They did. They did. I mean, Luka's 25 years old. He's about to turn 26. Dog, he's never been entered his prime yet, and he's been to the NBA Finals. Dude averages almost a triple double. They're the Lakers are the winners of this trade. As far as the Mavs, I like what C said. This year, it looks good for the Mavs this year, but that's what I said on the show with Keo. They have to win a championship to even make this case that this trade was a fair trade. If they don't win a championship, they're going to be kicking themselves forever. I do think that even if they were to win the championship this year, and I know people might say I'm bugging because I had some people reach out to me regarding the statement I made that Keo put out the video. I think the Mavs could win, which I don't think is going to happen. They could win the championship this year and yet still lose in this trade, because I just think Luka in LA, you can look at maybe 3-4 rings down the line, because it's the Lakers. The Lakers always get superstars to come play for them. And now they have a piece that is attractive. People's going to say, oh, I got Luka there. I might go sign over there. So, and on top of that, Luka don't get the Supermax. So the Lakers are not on the hook for a Supermax. They're going to pay him max money. They said he may not sign it. Luka signed that contract. He's not going nowhere. He's in LA, y'all. He's in LA. He's not leaving LA to go somewhere else. But yeah, the Lakers are the clear winners in this one.
I'm gonna go a little different direction with this one, man.
We know.
No, it's not. It's not what you think. My winners in this, it's the NBA, man. Because the reason why I'm saying that, because we've been hearing all this nonsense about the NBA ratings is down. Nobody has been entertained to it, and it's not watchable. The NBA is trying to change things up. You've seen what they did the All-Star game, the playing tournament. That didn't mean nothing at all. Once this trade happened, this was the number one trending topic in all of sports. I think it was more dominating from what happened in the Grammys. I know a lot of people, were into the Grammys. Yeah, exactly. See, what is that? So I think that trade caused a huge rift, caused a huge impact. You talking about two, we talking about, no matter how you want to rank them, we're talking about two elite players, man, that plays on a high level, man, that getting traded, and the team involved in it was, one of the biggest franchise in the NBA, which is the Los Angeles Lakers, a team obviously everybody hates, and it just caused a huge impact on this, and it's still trending till this very day, because this actually happened Saturday night. I seen put out a text message saying we need to have an emergency NBA show meeting. I never see that. So when we do blogs like that, it's gonna shake things up. And just imagine, it's the Super Bowl, it's Super Bowl week, and we're still talking about it. And this is actually our first topic to kick off tonight's show, an NBA topic. So I think the winners of this, obviously, certain things, people didn't like, but I think this is a huge win for the NBA, and I think people are interested in and excited to look forward what both of these teams are gonna do moving forward. So I got the NBA as my winners.
That's smart. That was a good answer. I'll give you that. And I like the part where you said we're talking about the Luka Doncic trade and a Super Bowl. It's basically, I mean, the Super Bowl is this weekend, but this entire week, it's always 2 weeks before the Super Bowl from the championship games. And we really haven't talked about the Super Bowl because this is Luka Doncic trade.
Yeah. We talk about the Super Bowl, the biggest sporting event of the year. Everybody watches the Super Bowl, every single person. And you would look at this trade, and it's crazy, man.
What's crazy is when is the trade deadline? Next week, next Tuesday, or something like that?
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. What if this trade deadline trade had happened mid Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That would have set the world on fire, man. Because people would have been looking at that Super Bowl, got the alert on their phone, glanced at it, and it's like, what the hell? And eyes completely off the Super Bowl for the next. We probably would have missed the whole second half of the Super Bowl trying to verify this Luka Doncic nonsense. Because I'm not even sure when the trade happened, but I didn't get the alert to like 10 o'clock our time.
It happened like on Saturday night, like around the 10ish, because I remember
me and Q hopped on right after, like literally.
Yeah.
Pause. We hopped on the show right then and there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I could have hit your boy up, man. I could have gone.
I thought that you knew.
No, bro. I when I tell you I was blown away. Like I haven't seen anything in sports that blown me away like this trade did. And I was like taken aback. It was something you could have never thought happened. That was on par with the Saints winning the Super Bowl or going to the Super Bowl.
That was insane, man. Well, I see we got Mr. Box Office in the building.
Finally.
I hope too long.
And by the way, the trade deadline, my bad, see, it's actually on Thursday, February.
I thought it was
6th.
Thursday. I was like, well, maybe I'm tripping though.
Yeah, it's usually on a Tuesday though, I thought. But Thursday.
So it's this week. So it's the trade deadline is actually this week. So
okay. Well, it couldn't happen in the Super Bowl. They played it right. They definitely took over the Super Bowl coverage.
Go ahead.
One of the best things going on in the Super Bowl coverage is Jameis Winston interviewing people. Have y'all seen any highlights? It's time for him to retire and get into this spoof media, bro.
He's definitely going to have a good job because he's got the personality for it.
Right.
Absolutely. And if he's planning on trying to start somewhere, that's over with.
But Yvonne, go ahead. Who was your biggest winner in this Luka Doncic trade?
The Lakers. The Lakers won. They stole a superstar, a top 3 player in the NBA right now for the next decade. Okay. I like I said the other day when me and C did the show, if the Mavericks don't go back to the finals this year, they've already lost this trade. Doncic just took them to the finals. You have to get back to the finals by making this type of trade. And I'm not sure they're going to get there. They traded for a 31, almost 32-year-old guy that is injury prone, that's leaving his prime. He's not out of it yet, but I was thinking of the best NFL equivalent thing. The best NFL equivalent comparison I could give it is if the Bengals traded Joe Burrow for Matthew Stafford right now. Because Stafford is leaving his prime, Burrow's going into his prime. It wouldn't make sense for the Bengals to do that. This is that type of deal for me. So the winner to me is the Los Angeles Lakers. They did it again. They always find a way to get a superstar. I mean, I don't know the last time they did not have a superstar in their history. I mean, it's always somebody from Jerry West to Wilt Chamberlain to Kareem to Magic to Kobe to Shaq to LeBron to Anthony Davis, now Luka. The Lakers always have somebody, and they did it again. And I'm not too worried about Doncic's weight and conditioning and all that. Not saying that it's guaranteed that he's going to be perfect for the next decade and not get hurt, but I'd rather take a chance on him than continue with Anthony Davis and LeBron. They're not going to win any more titles together. Anthony Davis, 6 years older than Doncic, just doesn't make sense. The Lakers are the biggest and most clear winner here. This is the most shocking trade in my lifetime. I've never been shocked about a trade like this. And then I was looking at what some old heads might have thought. They said this is the most shocking since Kareem went to the Lakers, and that was 800 years ago. I think dinosaurs were still around. So, this is the most shocking trade in my life. I cannot believe when I read that notification. I thought it was a typo. I thought Shams got hacked, something. Here we are. The Lakers did it again.
Yeah, Keel calls me like, you want to go live? And I'm like, live for what? I'm thinking he wants to talk about the boxing fight. This fool says Luka got traded. I said to who? The Lakers, bruh. I was like, what? I said, for who? He said, for Anthony Davis. I said, bruh, I know you lying right now. So I'm like, and Keel can verify this. I'm literally like, we're not doing a show, bro. I said, because I'm going to look on Twitter, on Bleacher Report, ESPN. I got to know that this is real. And Keel's like, go look. And so I'm looking. I'm like, bro, like in shock. Like, this really happened, bro. This really went down. And I was like, let's do it. We got to do it. We have to do it. It was, hey, bro.
All right. Who was your biggest loser in this trade?
The Mavs. The Mavs, man. They set their franchise back a few years, bro. Where they had set their franchise up for success for the next decade, to at least be a contender for the next decade. Now they set themselves back. They may be a contender for the next 3 to 4 years for sure. But they got to do something quick to get some help for A. Now they got to get help for AD and Kyrie, because that's not enough what they have. AD, Kyrie, and old ass Klay Thompson. That's not enough. So now they gotta get some help for them. So I actually don't think that's a bad lineup this year. That's a second round lineup.
That's not a bad lineup.
It's a second round lineup. It's not an NBA Finals lineup. You're not getting through OKC with that. You're not getting through Denver with that. Like, you know what I mean? It's certain teams that you're not gonna match up well with that lineup. Hell, if you have to play the Lakers in the first round, you might not get through LA with that. So it's they're the biggest losers. I think everybody's gonna say that, but they're the biggest losers just because everybody's thinking about the age difference in the future of the franchises.
I'll go next. My biggest loser is Nico Harrison.
Right.
Loser.
If they don't win a title within 2-3 years, this is going to be a huge failure, and he's probably going to be out of a job. He risked his whole career with this move. He really did. The Lakers have 10 years to go with Luka. And knowing the Lakers, they're going to get more stars in LA, and they're going to always find a way to be a contender. So Nico Harrison, to me, he's going to have the spotlight on him ever since this trade got done.
Yeah, I'm with Yvonne on this one. Nico Harrison, man. Come on, man. This is one of them ones you see that, your phone goes off in fantasy and you're like, bruh, veto.
Yeah.
You're like, veto this trade. My man was wilding with this one. He was wilding. But I'll say this, though. See, I'll throw a little loophole. I agree with y'all as far as the Mavs and the Nico Harrison. But I think that OKC, I'm not a big buyer in OKC yet. I think they're really good, but I'm not gonna say come postseason that Dallas can't beat them. I think Dallas can beat them with Anthony Davis. I'm not saying that they can beat Denver, but they can beat OKC in my mind. So OKC, as good as they've been, I'll say this trade may they may be the biggest loser because I thought before the trade they may have a chance if somebody could upset Denver to get to the finals. I don't know now. I don't know if they can get to the finals.
I think the kind of opposite. I think that they may match up better with Denver now than OKC because look what OKC is doing without Chet. Chet will be back soon, before the playoffs if I'm not mistaken. But I look at it. I look at it like this: they match up pretty good with teams if they can get the chemistry together. And I think Kyrie playing the point is going to be good for them. Considering he's a playmaker, he can score and he can pass, he can penetrate and he can shoot from the outside. And now he has somebody. Well, like I said, AD's not going to be playing the 5, but he's going to be playing. He still is going to have to play on the block somewhere. You might bring him out, but he's still going to have to play on the block. But he's I think they have a couple of legit scoring options now. Whereas Luka was mainly responsible for all the scoring, and he did it mostly from the perimeter. He didn't do too much driving. So I like their team now. I think it helps them. Maybe one or two more moves. The trade deadline's coming up, but
I'm hearing they're going after Kevin Durant.
Who?
Dallas.
Boy, if they get Kevin Durant, this shit over. Hey, bro, that changed the whole thing.
I mean, they did do it like a little small trade earlier today. Yeah.
Who they did?
Acquire Caleb Martin from the
Sixers. Yeah. But here's my biggest question with this: who's going to go to play with Luka? Because somebody's gonna go. Every time they get one big star, somebody comes.
I told Keo, I think the guy, and I know y'all may think I'm wilding because he hasn't panned out. I think Zion's gonna end up in LA. I do.
I think he will too. I actually think he will. He's going to end up in LA or New York.
I've been saying that about Zion since he got drafted in New Orleans. I said he's going to end up a Laker one day, but maybe the Lakers don't want to take a shot at him though. Who does at this point? You don't know what you're getting out of Zion. I saw an interview actually blamed the Pelicans. He said, I could play. They're not letting me play. And I actually think the Pelicans are making a mistake there. You're paying him. Put his ass out there. If he doesn't get hurt, then you at least know he can't stay healthy long term. I don't know what the Pelicans are doing. You're resting him for what? So in terms of the future,
we sucked this year. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't just put him out there this year.
I think they're trying to trade. I think they're trying to trade him. I think that they don't want him to get hurt again. A big injury where now his trade value goes even more down. And if they rest him and they're looking for a trade partner, I know we're not talking about that right now, but I think that's the guy that could be moved that really nobody's really talking about. But by Thursday, he could be no longer a New Orleans Pelican.
Yeah, I can't blame Zion for that, man, because when you got all that good Louisiana food there, I would be eating that much too, man. Louisiana, the best food in the world.
Louisiana. He was eating in South Carolina.
Wow.
But the thing that I don't understand is how he's not able to work it off, man. Like that's, you know what I mean? That's one of the things, man. How is he not able to work it off since he's been there? He's been there so long, you know what I mean? And he's a professional athlete,
and he should be able to hire somebody, a chef or somebody. You know,
hire a chef. There's a chef that makes all that stuff in New Orleans, but he makes it in a healthy way. Hire him and just go from there. I think that's just an easy excuse for us. I think he's just prone to put on weight, man. I think it's his metabolism or something, man. Something different. Because I don't think he's just sitting down here, stuffing his face with food. It's something going on there.
As far as my losers goes, I got two losers. One is the fans of the Dallas Mavericks. They definitely took the biggest L because they're at the point where they're telling the Dallas Mavericks to sell the damn team now.
Mhm.
You lose your franchise player, you lose your star player, the guy that it was going to be the face, was going to be the future. This team took your team to the NBA final because the thing is though, I don't know what much of a difference is. I mean, obviously there is a difference because one person's career is over and the other one isn't because um they never have any intentions of trading Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki wasn't in the best of shape. I mean, last time I remember, I mean, when was the last time Luca was actually in shape? I mean, what you expected them to be in shape like
He was like
LeBron?
17.
I just never seen Luca was in shape like that, and I just didn't see the reason why they would traded him like this, and it was shocked, and it was a huge L for Dallas fans, and now they got to find themselves another franchise player because I mean obviously you do got Kyrie there, you do have Kyrie there, you do have Anthony Davis there, but are you can you say this is the cornerstone? Is this the face? Is this the franchise player? And obviously, they winning right now matters more to them than the future, and I think that took a huge hit for the Dallas Maverick fans. And then I'm gonna go with Yvonne with this one. I'm gonna blame not just Nico Harrison, but the entire front office for the Dallas Mavericks. I think there's something more to this than just his health reasons, his health issues. I think there's just more to this than just that because you got rid of him because of he wasn't in shape, he wasn't conditioning. You because you possibly didn't want to you know make that investment of giving him a 400 million super max, but you just don't trade him like that because nobody knew about this, not even his agent, not even the 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 players knew about it. Normally you go to your superstar though when you make a move and you trade a big star like this, you normally have a conversation and say, "Hey, we're gonna move you out of respect of what you put your blood, sweat, and tears, and how much you did for that organization or that program." And they did none of that. They had no conversation, no contacts. Hey, where do you want to go? Nothing like that. Not even LeBron knew. I mean, not even LeBron knew about what was going on. Also, and or AD's agent know. For Rich Paul's side knew about it. So I just think there's more to it than just the contract. Obviously, that has a huge issue to deal with it of health. I think there's more to it than what people are saying right now, and I think it will be it's gonna be known eventually once the years go by and we're gonna find out the real reason and the real truth behind it because there's a lot of things that's actually left unanswered right now. And as of right now, man, I'm blaming the entire Mavs front office as my losers also.
To me, it's very clear that the Mavericks organization was unhappy with Luca for what I don't know. Like they I forgot what NBA superstar they said it. They said that the Mavs must really hate Luca. And you never know, man. Luca might have been a terror around there, man. Luca probably was running around there just talking crap to everybody. This is my team. I do what I want to do. I say what I want to say. You know what I mean? He
Well, his teammates seem to like him though, based on like the text messages.
yeah, the teammates seem to like him, but they don't mean the front office like him.
That's true. That's
You know what I
true.
mean? He might be great with his teammates, but he might be hell to deal with in that office. You know what I mean? And just doing stuff that's not conforming with their franchise. And they was like, well, you know what, man, we gotta get his ass out of here. He gotta go. You know what I mean? So that's when you see something like this happen, it has to be that. There's no way, because it can't be because of talent. They said he had maxed out like 270. He's not gonna get much bigger than that. And he's still averaging like 28 points, bro. So what are you really mad at? You know what I'm saying? Even if he stays at 270, if he blooms up to 280, he goes down to what, 24 points a game?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those excuses are just excuses. And I saw a portion of his interview today. They said they were talking about, what did they ask him? They asked him, they said they were worried about you signing your deal, your next deal or whatever. And he said they had heard that you weren't going to do that, or you might not want to do that. And he was like, not true. You know what I mean? He was just like, it's like he's really aggravated. He's really pissed about this. So
he should be though, man. He should be.
He was blindsided, and I believe 100% that when he says he would have re-signed with Dallas.
Yeah, he didn't want to leave Dallas, man. They love him in Dallas. Did you see the people protesting outside? They were hilarious.
People got refunds for their season tickets.
I don't blame them.
And it comes down to once they find your replacement, they're gonna get rid of you. And and I think anybody, and not just in the world of sports, even in the school system, even
school system first for, man.
No. I'm just giving you even school, even with the in media, even us doing this show on the NBS platform. I think anybody is replaceable, man. As great as all you guys are at what you guys do, and I think anybody is replaceable, and that's a prime example of Luka, one of the best players in the world, just got rid of like that.
Well, we're about to find out if he's replaceable.
Right. I'll throw a couple of other names out there that I can see. I know y'all asked that. I do think Zion's one that could definitely be up there. I'll throw Domantas Sabonis over there. I think that would be a good fit. Because I feel like the Kings are gonna blow that up in a few years. And Domantas Sabonis. But I'm gonna throw you another one. You brought up his name, Chet Holmgren. I just think OKC has a lot of young players that they're gonna have to pay. And Chet may end up going to LA. Now, Chet's not gonna be the number one guy, but you got the number one guy already. You just need to find other pieces to put around him. So I think some of those guys could definitely end up over there.
Is there any chance you ever see Wemby there?
Bro, I thought about it, but Wemby would have to sign there. The Spurs are not trading Wemby.
Yeah. I don't expect the Spurs to get rid of him, but I'm just saying that he as a free agent, you never know. Wemby doesn't strike me as a guy like that wants the big stage or whatever. I think he just cares more just playing basketball, no matter where it is. But you never know.
Right? If him and De'Aaron Fox can't make it work, for sure, that might happen.
Their future looking bright right now for the Spurs, from especially after acquiring Fox. Okay, let's go to the last topic. Then we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl. So when it comes to I'm not talking about when you weren't born, what you were able to witness. Was there a trade that impacted a franchise to you, like the way from what we just saw?
No.
Like from what you guys witnessed when you guys started following.
Bro, I never was so shocked in my life. Me and Keel, we talked about this off air. No trade I've ever seen with my own two eyes, or since I've been alive in my entire existence, was I more shocked by than this trade. There's trades that happen that, of course, you look back and you say, wow, they really traded that person. But this one, you traded, like he said, I saw the Joe Burrow ones that people were saying Joe Burrow for Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen for Matthew Stafford. That's 1,000% correct. Like, you just don't see trades like this. Luka Doncic was supposed to, if not retire Mav, at least be like out of his prime when they traded him or got rid of him. This is crazy to me. By far, not even close. The closest thing I can say, and it wasn't even a trade, is when I know y'all not baseball guys for the most part, but you remember A-Rod was supposed to sign with the Red Sox, and then he turned around and signed with the Yankees. That was kind of crazy because everybody thought he was going to the Red Sox, and he ended up signing with the Yankees. But still, that to me ain't even close to this. That's not even close.
Man, I got a couple, and this gonna pique your interest a little bit. The first one, that equals probably this is the Herschel Walker trade. The Herschel Walker trade. I know I'm older than y'all, but that was
I remember it. I remember it.
That was mind blowing. He Herschel Walker at the time was up there with one being, if not the best, or one of the best running backs in the league, and to trade
Especially
him,
what he did in college. That's the crazy thing. What he did in college was so next level that when they traded him early on in his career, it was like, wow, you really traded Herschel Walker.
Yeah, but I mean, even when he got in the league, he still was a dog.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They being like what we said right now, how young he was, they traded him. That's crazy.
Yeah. So Herschel Walker, that deal was crazy. But y'all are old enough to remember this one. Bro, when the Lakers traded Shaq, who the hell saw that coming?
Well, him and Kobe was beefing.
Yeah, I think we all saw it coming because they were beefing.
Yeah, they were beefing.
Bro, but y'all thought they were going to trade Shaq?
Yeah. They all the signs said they were trading Shaq.
Yeah, he was older than Kobe.
I was like, no. I if anything, I thought they were going to trade Kobe because Shaq at that time was the better player. He was still the most dominant force in the NBA. And I was like, we didn't know what Kobe could do by himself. You know what I mean? And so with them up and trading him, I was like, that's crazy. And at that moment, I said the Heat are going to win the championship next year because the year before was the year they had they made that little run in the playoffs with Dwayne Wade being a rookie. Was he a rookie? Dwayne Wade was a rookie that year before Shaq came, huh?
No, it was 2 years before that because I was rooting for the Pistons. Shaq's first year with the Heat, they lost to my Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then the Pistons went to play the Spurs. Then it was the second year that D Wade and Shaq went crazy, and D Wade won the title.
You sure?
And would you not say the Lakers won that trade in a sense? I know that he got a ring, but choosing Kobe over Shaq and moving forward with Kobe, the Lakers won in that deal, right?
Moving forward, because
they went with the younger guy. And I like what you said because that's what I'm looking at when I'm saying Luka. Like, you're trading Luka. That makes no sense to me. You should have kept the younger guy and you moving on. Even if the Mavs win, like the Heat won. The Heat won a championship. But Kobe won too without Shaq. So it looks better on the Lakers then by getting rid of Shaq.
And I looked it up, just to confirm that I'm right. Yeah, they lost to the Pistons in Eastern Conference Finals first year with Shaq, and then they won the title the next year. They beat the Pistons the next year.
Okay, no, what I was talking about was the year before. The year before Shaq got there, wasn't D Wade a rookie?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they made that run in the playoffs with him and Lamar Odom them, and they looked like they were going to be. Yeah, they look good. And then I was like, wow, so they traded Odom for Shaq? And I was like, damn, that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade for sure. I was like, yeah, they're going to win the championship. So they didn't win it that first year. They won it the second year.
And then they ended up getting Paul Gasol for a bag of potatoes.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm interested to see who's going to go play with Luka, bro.
Oh, man.
Because just like they got Luka, they're going to get somebody else to help him. And they always get a great Robin to go with their Batman, man. They never cease to amaze me. You had Kareem, they drafted Magic. You know what I'm saying? You had Shaq. They got Kobe. Kobe was by himself. They went and got Paul Gasol.
And
You
they
know what I
got
mean?
Chris Paul too, but Chris Paul ain't beat up that
Yeah.
trade.
That's why I said David Stern is the only thing that could have stopped this.
Right.
It's the only thing that could have
Right.
stopped. He's the only thing that ever stopped the Lakers.
I know Chris Paul must
Right.
be so upset that he didn't get to play with Kobe because he never won a ring.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Keel.
Not
Mhm.
I'm not. No, I'm talking about what I witnessed. Obviously, as a Cowboy fan, I'm always gonna go back and follow my history. But from what I seen from that was, Herschel Walker was one of them guys during that time, and he got shipped to Minnesota for a whole bunch of draft
Draft
picks,
pick.
and those draft picks end up becoming Emmett Smith, Kevin Smith, and Darren Woodson, and that's what started, the Cowboys dynasty from what Cowboy fans are still claiming about to this day. And I think that changed that franchise for years to come.
It was a great trade for him.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna talk about from what I witnessed as a sports fan. I think the one that kind of this had a huge impact, but I'm yet to see what's gonna happen. We could assume of what could happen to Dallas and with LA, but I think the one that impacted me the most from what I was able to witness, it was when Kevin Garnett got shipped to the Boston Celtics. The
Yeah.
reason why is because that year, obviously, they were bad. That those past 2 seasons, they were bad. The Celtics were bad. You still had Paul Pierce, who was entering his prime. He needed help, so what they did was on I think during the NBA draft,
Mm-hmm.
they were able to get Ray Allen, and when they acquired Kevin Garnett in a trade, I think the trade was surrounded with guys like Al Jefferson.
Yeah.
Um, it was Al Jefferson. I think it was Gerald Green, Sebastian Telfair. It was like one of the biggest trade packages in history, from what I remember. And they got obviously 2 future first round draft picks. Um, Minnesota, once KG left, they were never the same again. Obviously, Kevin Love, tried to make an impact, and obviously Love left to Cleveland. And for those that watch basketball during that time, we've always remember Kevin Love's about to leave. Kevin Love's about to leave, and next thing you know, he ended up leaving. Um, and I just think that trade definitely had a huge impact, because that's when I remember the big three. I mean, maybe you guys watched it longer, but you guys probably knew a big three before that. But that's when, for me, that when that big three officially started, because you had Paul, Ray Allen, and then you added KG onto that team, and obviously we know what they did moving forward once that team was formed. So I think, for me, from what I witnessed as a sports fan, I think that was one of the biggest trades in history.
Jordan Pickens and Rodman was the only big three before then, and that wasn't considered a big three at the time. It was just a damn good team, but that was the closest to a big
Well,
three.
I mean, the Lakers had Worthy, Kareem, and Magic. It was
Yeah.
just I don't think these things were like seen as that way, like
yeah,
the big
yeah.
three.
Just for me, from what I was able to watch and witness as a sports fan. I mean, were other big threes, but from what I was able to see, I think that one changed
This
a
this
lot.
this this Luca one's gonna always stick out for me. Just not it's not even about the trade, just about like just in sports. I remember where I was when Luca got traded, and I don't think I'm ever gonna forget that. I remember when the Saints won the Super Bowl. I remember when the Texans decided to go with Mario Williams over Reggie Bush. I was
Ah,
shocked by that.
I
I
remember that
was
too.
shocked by Kevin Durant signing with the Warriors. I remember exactly where I was in those moments. So big sports moments, but this is a trade, and I just don't think I'm ever gonna say to myself, "There's a trade that I saw that was bigger than this."
Yeah, I agree. I'm with X here. I've never been more shocked about a trade in my life. Um, I still can't come to grips with it almost a week later. The only thing I think that was on the same level to me that was as shocking, and it wasn't a trade, it wasn't a signing, it was Andrew Luck retiring.
That was personal.
That one was personal, right? That one hurts to this day. We still haven't recovered from that. And I think that the Doncic trade, along with Luck retiring, are the two most equal shocking moments to me. But in terms of just trading, it's got to be this moment. Luka getting traded. Like I said, I thought it was a hack. I thought it was a typo. There is no damn way they were trading Luka. It's literally the same thing as if the Cavs traded LeBron in like 2008 after he lost that finals to the Spurs. If they traded him the next year, everybody would be like, "What are they doing?"
I would have said it.
Yeah. So kind of similar situation here. There's no bigger shock that I've witnessed in a trade that in my lifetime.
Let me ask y'all about this one. This is a good one. It wasn't nowhere close to it though. When Randy Moss got traded to the Patriots,
I wasn't as shocked because the Raiders, bro, was so bad over there.
Yeah,
it was so bad over there.
Yeah, you could sense Moss was going to leave. It
Right.
just happened to be the Patriots, and you were like, "Whoa!" But
that's what the kicker was on that one.
yeah,
Right.
I think the thing with this one is no one thought Luka would get traded. Like,
Right.
And if he did get traded, you would at least hear rumblings. No, this was a blindside.
That's what makes it
Luka
so crazy.
found out when we found out.
Right.
That's
All that mixed into a pot is what makes this one so crazy. You traded a superstar that's put up prime type numbers and not even in his prime, and you blindsided everybody by doing it. That's insane.
All right, man. Well, there you have it, man. So we'll see what happens from the trade deadline moving forward. And it ends on Thursday, and maybe we'll hear a couple other things that changes. But with that being said, man, we're gonna finally break down this year's Super Bowl, man, between the Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, man. So we'll break down the positions, coaching, and all that. But first, what I'm gonna do, man, I'm gonna ask each you guys numerous of questions, and I'm just gonna and you answer it to the best of your ability. So with that being said, man, we're gonna do some rapid fire questions for this year's Super Bowl, man. So I'm gonna start off with X. The biggest wild card in this Super Bowl game.
The biggest wild card in this game. That's a good question.
Are you talking about like one player or one matchup?
Yeah. Like I mean the player. You're the player that's gonna be the biggest wild card in the game.
Man, I'm gonna say your boy. I'm gonna say his boy, Xavier Worthy. If he can get over the top of that defense, I think that would be like, oh, that's a wild card. Because if he can make some plays in this game, possibly score some touchdowns, I feel like I know what I'm getting from A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, all the stars. I feel like I know what I'm getting. But Xavier Worthy, hey, he's picked it up. I'll give you all that credit. Y'all said he would go there. And he showed flashes. He did one little thing, man. He faked the spin move. That was nasty. Like he hopped into I thought he was going inside. He went outside. But I think he's the guy. If he could have one of those moments, they're gonna need it for the Chiefs because this Eagles team is loaded.
I actually agree with X here. The X factor for me, the wild card is Xavier Worthy because I feel like ever since Rashee Rice has gotten hurt, he's become their number one receiver. And they just use them all types of ways. They use them on jet sweeps, handoffs, deep throws. He's definitely never going to be the best receiver out of his class, but he got drafted to the perfect team for his ability. Like the way Andy Reid runs his offense is perfect, and he's been huge for them as of late. He's really grown comfortable in this offense. Mahomes has a nice connection with them, so I think Xavier Worthy could be a big key on this offense Sunday.
See, your turn. Jalen Hurts will be the biggest reason why the Philadelphia Eagles will win this game.
You said
Agree or
why they win the game?
He'll be the biggest reason why the Philadelphia Eagles win this matchup. Agree or disagree?
I disagree. The biggest reason will be, and for this entire season was Saquon Barkley. So I mean, him being able to run the ball, it makes the whole offense go, not the other way around. Him being Hurts being able to throw the ball or even run the ball is not the biggest factor of their offense. So I definitely go with Saquon Barkley.
And I know it's rapid fire. I just want to say one thing about what he said. Jalen Hurts played great in the last Super Bowl and they still lost. So I like what he said.
All right, Yvonne. The chances of Saquon Barkley rushing for 100 yards in this game.
Lower than most, what most would think. You know how many 100-yard rushers I think the Chiefs have allowed this year? I want to say zero.
One more.
I think zero. I think I read that Chuba Hubbard with 58 yards has the most 100 yards or the most yards against them this year. I'm going to look it up while we go to the next thing, but I'd say it's 50-50. I don't think it's as obvious as people think. The thing I don't like about Saquon sometimes is he has a lot of negative runs, and he kind of depends on just that one home run. The Chiefs aren't stupid. Spags is going to be ready. He knows he's their number one guy. I think he's going to force Hurts to beat him instead of letting Saquon just run all over him. I'll say 50-50, Keo. It's not certain he's going to go for 100.
I got a question for you. Maybe I'm tripping because Luka Doncic's trade still got me going crazy. Didn't James Cook have a good game against them last week?
I don't think he had 100, but let me check. I'm going to do my research while y'all go.
Okay, this is for C and X. How much pressure Kellen Moore has right now, especially with the head coaching situation going on right now?
Go ahead, C.
Because
you're gonna say I'm wilding.
I don't think he has much pressure at all.
You're a smart man.
I think right now he's playing with house money. He want to go ahead and get this ring while he's there, but I think he's going to be the only person driving the U-Haul to the Super Bowl this Sunday because he's staying. He might announce that he's a new coach right after the Super Bowl on the podium. You know what I mean? So I think he has zero pressure right now. He already knows he has a job, even if it's coming back to the Eagles. He has a job, but he's going to be the head coach, so he's good. He's good. I don't think he had much pressure at all. He doesn't have anything to prove.
I'm going to see zero on a scale of 1 to 100. Zero. He has no pressure because, like she said, he got his U-Haul truck going there. He's the next Saints head coach. And if the Saints decide to back out, he'll still be the Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator.
All right, Yvonne.
Who's the Eagles head coach?
Sirianni. All right, Yvonne.
Sirianni right now.
All right, Yvonne. This one for you. So if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes gets named NFL Super Bowl MVP. Are you entertaining the GOAT conversation?
No. No disrespect to Patrick Mahomes. What he's done is great. If he wins 3 straight, that would be the only time ever. But we have to stop this, okay? But Brady won 7. Until Mahomes wins 6, I don't want to talk about it because then he'll be 1 away, and then it's like possible. What are we doing here? Brady did not play in 1912. He played literally up to 3 years ago, and he beat Mahomes in a Super Bowl. It's the same era. it's not, we can't like hop onto these things so quick. He'll have what, 4 rings if he wins? Great. We can have a discussion for second greatest of all time. Until he gets to 6, there's no discussion. Brady has 7. Nothing else to talk about. And by the way, I did the research. The only person to run 100 yards on the Chiefs this year is Lamar Jackson, a quarterback. The most for a running back is Joe Mixon, 88 yards. Cook had 85 last week, X. So actually, no running back has ran 100 on the Chiefs this year.
They ain't played Saquon. That boy.
We're about to see.
All right, last other question, man. X, this for you. Out of both teams, which wide receiver will be the best player on that field?
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
What are we doing? AJ Brown's the best receiver. Look, I know AJ Brown may not be there from what they're saying that the Patriots may offer him a lot of money, especially if they win. He has no reason not to come back. He can take all his money he can take. But AJ Brown, bro. AJ Brown is one of the best receivers in the NFL. He's just he got everything. He can do everything on the field. AJ Brown, and I love DeAndre Hopkins, but Hop is not the same Hop that he was in Houston.
All right. See, this is for you. If Andy Reid the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, where you rank Andy Reid all time as a head coach?
Ooh. That's a good one. I guess second. I was gonna say, because I personally think he's a better coach than Belichick. Just being honest with you, I think he's a better coach than Belichick, just because I've seen what he did without Mahomes, and I've seen what Belichick did without Brady, and it's levels to this. he's been able to accomplish more without his best quarterback, but his second best quarterback was Drew Bledsoe, and his second best quarterback was Donovan McNabb. I would think that I would take Donovan McNabb in a heartbeat over Drew Bledsoe. So I also think that Andy Reid may have gotten the best out of Donovan McNabb. I think he not that he made McNabb, but I think he may have gotten the best out of McNabb. So I think Andy Reid would have to be second, just because he doesn't have as many as Belichick. So you gotta respect it. I gotta respect it.
Okay. All right. Last one, Yvonne. This one's for you. What will be the best matchup in the Super Bowl matchup that you're interested in seeing?
To me, the best matchup comes down to one thing. It's which offensive line blocks better Sunday. And the most specific thing I'm going to be watching is Creed Humphrey versus Jalen Carter. Creed Humphrey has become the best center in the NFL, and Jalen Carter is the second best defensive tackle behind Chris Jones. And when Chris Jones retires, there's no doubt Jalen Carter is going to be the best defensive tackle in the league. I think that's the matchup. If the Eagles want to win this game, they have to wreak havoc on Mahomes. The only Super Bowl he lost, that's the one where Tampa had him flying around. They had 3 sacks, everything. I think if Jalen Carter can cause Creed Humphrey issues, the Chiefs are in trouble. So that's the biggest matchup to me, and what I'm going to be paying attention to more than anything.
I think a great matchup. Let me just to jump in real quick. This is actually going to be my answer to the X Factor question. But I think the best matchup is going to be those rookies, Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, against those stud wide receivers that not studs, but you know what I'm saying.
I was about to say it, but
you know what I'm saying.
I'm interested to see who they put on Kelsey. Will it be Gardner Johnson or DeJean, or will they switch off? And then I think Quinion Mitchell will have probably Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get well, I think Cooper DeJean's faster than him, huh?
Yeah, but he plays more like safety-ish.
Yeah, true. But the reason why I say that, I just say I think I think that's going to determine it because even though they're not studs right now, they still are pretty damn good receivers with the best quarterback in the NFL throwing to them. So you got two rookies that are going to be out there. If they make rookie mistakes, Patrick Mahomes is going to make them pay, is what I'm saying. And I think that's going to be the X factor and probably the best matchup of the night because I like your center versus tackle matchup too, man.
I think both are studs at their position.
Yeah, I like to see how this damn tush push is going to work against Chris Jones.
It worked well the first Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, but they had Kelsey at center.
True.
So I mean, I just like to see it. That was designed for him. It just hadn't worked. It hadn't worked as good this year without him there. So, well, I don't think that they're going to rely on that.
All right, man. So let's go to start breaking this Super Bowl down. So we're gonna do from the quarterbacks to the coachings. So first off, man, with the first position we're gonna start off with is who are you giving the favor in the special teams, man? The Eagles or the Chiefs?
Ooh, all right. I'll go first. I'm going special teams Chiefs. Harrison Butker is a better kicker than Elliott right now. Elliott's been a little up and down. Butker's also been in all these Super Bowls by now. Jake Elliott isn't the kicker he used to be. The good news for him is, even though he's 78% this year, which isn't great, the good news for him is it's in New Orleans. It's in a dome. There's no wind. None of that is affecting him, so that's good. But Harrison Butker's been clutch for the Chiefs over the years. He's been nothing but great. I go Chiefs.
I'll go next. All right. I got the Chiefs as well, man. Jake Elliott's a pretty good kicker. He's picked. I mean, he's proven himself to be pretty solid. But Butker's been just much more efficient. He's been like 84% of his field goals this season, compared to Elliott's 77%. So, you gotta go with that edge. That's a 7% edge, man. So I just think that if there's a clutch kick that needs to be made, it's gonna be made by Butker. Now I don't know about the other special teams, the punt team and all that, but if we just go with specialists as a kicker and all that, I'm gonna go with him.
Special teams for me, I'm going to give the nod to the Kansas City Chiefs in this one also. Obviously Butker, he's one of the best kickers in the league. I know that he got injured. I know that he got injured earlier in a couple games this year also. The Chiefs in special teams, they're good in the coverage and also obviously depending on who's returning, if you got somebody like Xavier Worthy returning punts, or that could be really dangerous. And they're good at, like I said, they don't give up big plays on the special teams area. They don't make many mistakes. So I'll give it to the Chiefs. X, who you got on special teams, Chiefs or Eagles?
I got the Chiefs. And it's real simple for me. Like when I think about the Super Bowl, I'm thinking about who I trust more as far as the kicker. And even though Harrison Butker has his ups and downs, Jake Elliott has his ups and downs, I just feel like Butker will make the kick if it comes down to it. Elliott, I'm not 100% sold on. The kick return, the punt return, I think that you could waver on either side depending on who they put back there. But that kicker, that's the big one for me. And I just trust Harrison Butker a little bit more.
All right, man. So let's go to our defense. Let's start off with the defensive line. Who are you giving the edge to?
Ooh. I'll go first. I know Jones is a monster, but I'm going with the Eagles, man. I think Jalen Carter, man. I know Jones has been doing it for years, but I think, bro, I can make a case that Jalen Carter is the best interior lineman in the NFL right now, and I just think that he plays with man, such passion that I'm going with them. I mean, it's not just him. I just like everything about their D line. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles slightly. Slightly.
I'll go with the Eagles group.
Yeah.
Nolan Smith has really come on.
Right.
Jordan Davis is good. Obviously, Jalen Carter's been great. They might get Brandon Graham back for this game. I'm sure he's gonna play at least some snaps. He's not missing a Super Bowl. I'll go with the Eagles group, but the Eagles group was better with Hassan Reddick and all them a couple years ago, and they didn't get to Mahomes once. They got to get to him this time. But I'll go with the Eagles as a group.
All right. Yeah, they were talented. Hassan Reddick them last year, but I think they're better. Jalen Carter alone makes them better. Nolan Smith and Josh Sweat, they both been balling this year too. I just think that on the line, they're gonna get some pressure. They're gonna get some pressure on him. And it's about if Mahomes is able to make something happen while being pressured. I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 sacks this Super Bowl. I don't see like a strip sack or nothing like that. He don't do too much of that, but I do see him getting sacked a couple times. And I think one of them is gonna happen early. To be honest with you, I think one happens early. And I like the Eagles defensive line, man. That's the position I played, so I watch it a lot. And Jalen Carter's a joy to watch.
Yeah, man. I'm going with the Eagles defensive line also, man. I just like that 4 in general with especially led by Davis and Jalen Carter, man. I'm taking those 4 over the Chiefs guy. So I'm going with the Eagles. Okay, let's go to linebackers, man. Who you got?
Okay,
Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Nick Bolton is massively underrated. He's been very good for this defense. Tranquil is underrated as well. I think that they have great chemistry. The Eagles linebackers with Zach Bond have been very good, and Bond's a huge addition for them. But I just believe in the Chiefs having that chemistry together these last couple years. I think Nick Bolton and that crew is very underrated.
I do agree with you that they're underrated, but I'm gonna go with the Eagles, man. Zach Bond, man. I cannot believe the Saints, bro.
He did that when he was with us, bro.
Man,
well, y'all use them differently.
Bro, that dude looks like, he looks like one of the best linebackers in the NFL, bro. And I just can't believe that the Saints got rid of him. And don't you put that bag on your head neither on this show. Yeah, but I do like what you said about the Chiefs. The Chiefs are very underrated at linebacker, but I'm gonna slightly give the edge to the Eagles. Zach Bond is just playing sideline to sideline, bro. Incredible football. He gives them the edge to me.
Yeah, I'm going the same, man. I'm going the same with the Eagles. Zach Bond. I mean, you couldn't do it in the black and gold, but you actually out there. You are all pro this year. I can't fuss about it, man. You doing your thing. They found a way to unlock you that we couldn't. Can't get mad at you. So
This was Zach Bond in New Orleans.
Like I told you, man, Colts fans need to put a plastic bag on their face.
Hey, man, we were better than y'all this year too.
Oh God!
Both of us at home watching the playoffs. But no. Anyway, yeah, I give it to him. I even like Jeremiah Trotter Jr. You know, usually the junior isn't even comparable to the senior, but he's comparable. He's comparable and he's young, so he has a long time to develop. So big shout out to him.
What you got, Keo?
I'm going with the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs. Yvonne mentioned it earlier on the show that the Chiefs only allowed one player to rush for 100 yards earlier this season, and I'm not going to give that full credit to their linebackers, but their linebackers, I feel like they're a huge part, a huge element of that defense, and obviously the defensive line also, and they're good at the defending the short yardage situation, third down situations. Uh, they don't let those catch receiving running backs escape with big plays that much either. I like the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs linebacking core, they've been in that situation and they know how to get there and they know how to win. I'm going with the Chiefs. Okay, let's go to the safeties, man. Who you guys got?
Okay, I'll go with the Eagles. The Reed Blankenship is underrated. Gardner Johnson's been really good in the Philly scheme. 6 interceptions 2 years ago with them. Back with Philly, 6 interceptions again. Cooper DeJean plays a little bit of slot corner, a little bit of nickel, a little bit of safeties, playing all over the place there. So I'm going to count him with the safeties, even though he does play a lot of slot. So I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think they're deeper here. No offense to the Chiefs. They have good DBs, but I'm going to go with the Eagles.
I'm with you 1,000%. The Eagles secondary is better. And if you want to say DBs included, not just the safeties, I think the Eagles still trump them. So I got the Eagles. Everything he just said, Cooper, Darius Slade. I mean, Gardner Johnson, all them boys. I got all them boys written down right here. I'm with you 1,000%. The Eagles secondary.
I'm right in line with y'all. And I'd like to take a second
God.
To give somebody flowers, man. CJ Gardner Johnson, bro. He is a difference maker everywhere he goes, bro. You saw him in Detroit last year. He changes their attitude. When he played with the Saints, we had a totally different attitude on defense. The Eagles were smart enough to go back and get him because they realized how important he was to their defensive mentality. It's something about him. I really don't think he's like just the best at his position. I don't think he wanted top 5 safety money, and that's why we kind of let him walk. But we traded him. But I don't think he deserves top 5 safety money. But he's what he brings outside of his coverage skills and his tackling ability is the attitude for your defense. So I think he may have been what they were missing. Reason why they went back and got him, and now they're back in the Super Bowl. I think he slept on a lot.
I'm going with the Chiefs safeties, man. I like what the Chiefs have with the safeties. CJ Gardner Johnson is, he has had a huge impact, but just based off of this game and this matchup, I like the Chiefs safeties more. All right, let's go to the cornerbacks. Who we got?
All right, same thing here. Philly for me. Quinyon Mitchell has been huge for them. He's becoming a shutdown corner real fast. Darius Slade, the veteran, on the other side. I guess if you want to count the slot, Cooper DeJean there. They got rid, and the Chiefs also got rid of Willie Snead, and they're back in this position. So kudos to them because they keep plugging and playing. But the Eagles have better talent.
Not Willie Snead.
Well, yeah. L'Jarius Sneed.
McDuffie's a monster, but bro, I'm going with the Chiefs.
Willie Snead, former Saints receiver. Yeah.
But I'm with you, but I said it before you even got to this. I got the Eagles, man. The Eagles secondary. I just said secondary. I didn't go safeties, corners. I went all secondary. I just think the Eagles, man, they play some ball in that back end. Pause.
Pause. Nice fade.
Hey, back there, them boys, some dogs, man. I got the Eagles.
I got the Eagles as well, man. I got the Eagles. They're set at DB. They're set at DB. Quinyon Mitchell, and Darius Slay, who's always been a stud since he's been in the league, and you got the rookie Cooper DeJean in there. I mean, they're set for years to come at corner right now because DeJean he's played the hell out of that corner, and like he said, like Box Office said, they moved him around anywhere they could put him, anywhere they needed him. They've been able to put him because he's so damn fast and he can cover pretty good. So I definitely got the Eagles in the corner situation.
Man, let me tell you something, man. When the earlier this year when the Eagles drafted Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, I was praying, crossing my fingers that it wasn't gonna work out over there. I thought I was hoping for it to be a disaster. Obviously, it was not a disaster. So if you look through the numbers, as far as cornerbacks goes, when it comes to cornerbacks, the Eagles cornerbacks they give up the least amount of yards to opposing wide receivers. They're actually first. Um, the Kansas City Chiefs, they're probably like in the mid 20s when it comes to that also. So I'm taking the Eagles cornerbacks over the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, let's go to offense now, man. We're going to the offensive line. Who gets the advantage?
Wow. Okay. So this is, I think, the closest matchup. The Eagles have had one of the best offensive lines for forever now. Going back to their first Super Bowl win 7-8 years ago, whatever it was, 2017 season, I think. Their offensive line was nasty. Man. And Cam Jurgens did get hurt. I believe he's going to play, obviously. I think he's back. I'm going to get, surprisingly, I'm giving the edge to the Chiefs.
Wow.
I am. I think that losing Kelsey makes their center play not as good. I understand Landon Dickerson's nothing but a stud. Lane Johnson is a monster. He's been maybe the best right tackle in the league for the last 10 years. And I understand Mulata is great. But like I said earlier, I think that the Chiefs have the best center in the league, Creed Humphrey. I think that Joe Tooney is massively underrated as a left tackle. And I think he's going to like his 5th Super Bowl or something because he was on the Patriots before this. Trey Smith. I don't know if y'all remember Trey Smith from Tennessee, but he was the #1 high school recruit in the country and ended up a stud for the Chiefs. And Jawan Taylor's been very good. I'm slightly giving it to the Chiefs. I know it's not the popular thing to say because the Eagles are known for their offensive line, but I think losing Kelsey, I'd give the edge here to the Chiefs.
Okay. I'm not mad at you, but I got the Eagles. I mean, just all you gotta do is look at it like this: that tush push is almost unstoppable. It's almost unstoppable. And then on top of that, that's not even the big factor. Saquon Barkley rushed for over 2,000 yards. Yeah. And I'm not sitting there saying, I mean, I know Saquon's one of the a special talent, but that offensive line, you named everybody, Cam Jurgens and those boys, they're going to open up the holes for Saquon to get busy. Pause again. I know he seems his way. But I just think that this offensive line, man, they're one of the best in the NFL. Forget the game. Forget this game. You can match them up against any offensive line, and there's a good chance you're picking the Eagles to be the best one. So I got the Eagles. But the Chiefs are not a bad offensive line.
All right. Box Office, all that was cute what you said about the Chiefs offensive line. Bruh. Just like X said, bruh. The Eagles offensive line, if nothing else, but the fact that they opened up enough holes for this man to rush for 2,000 yards this year. And if you looked at the NFC Championship game, the first run from scrimmage, he wasn't touched until he got in the secondary.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and that was indicative of what the holes look like for him this year. Yes, he does take a couple of negative rushes, and then he bursts one for 60. You know what I mean? And it's because those holes are so open. And the thing is, he's been able to stay healthy this year because he's been running behind a great offensive line. He's been able to show what kind of great back he actually is if he has an offensive line in front of him. This is a terrible comparison, but it's imagining Barry Sanders running behind the Dallas Cowboy line that Emmitt Smith ran behind. That's what this looks like. And I'm going with their offensive line simply because of that. The tush push is still working, but it's not working as good as it was with Kelsey. I don't think they're as good without Kelsey, but they've done well, man. What's the name of their center?
Cam
Jurgens. He's done an all right job, man. It's not as effective as Kelsey, but that's saying a lot.
Keo.
All right. I thought Cooper Kupp got traded. My bad. I know I got a Rams notification. I kid you not, but it was a head coaching hire from one of their assistant coaches. But as far as the offensive line goes, I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs, man. I just the consistency that they have. Creed Humphrey, Jawan Taylor. I think those two guys they just give Patrick Mahomes time when he needs to. And you talk about this matchup, I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. That offensive line for the Eagles, I'm glad what they did. Actually, no, I'm not glad what they did, but they are in the Super Bowl. But that offensive line, they're gonna be facing the Kansas City Chiefs defense, and I'm gonna see how they do and how much opening lanes that Saquon Barkley can get in this game. As good as that offensive line is, but I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs, especially in a big game like this. All right, let's move on over to the wide receivers.
Okay. I think probably the easiest one of the night. Eagles, AJ Brown, stud, super underrated. I think he's a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Devontae Smith is a perfect number 2. And the Chiefs, man, but I do give the Chiefs credit for one thing. They have all these injuries at receiver, like Rashid Rice, who was huge for them last year's Super Bowl and last year's run in general. And they've been replacing it like it's nothing. Yep. 1 week, Juju Smith-Schuster is catching catches that you're like, oh, damn, I thought he was out the league. DeAndre Hopkins has been huge for them at times. Then it's Xavier Worthy. So they plug and play, but just pure talent, the Eagles, nothing else to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to waste a bunch of time. AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, I got the Eagles.
Yeah, man, me too. I got the Eagles. And although I love DeAndre Hopkins, the old D Hop, not this old D Hop.
Wow.
And I actually like Hollywood Brown. I picked him on one of my fantasy teams, and he immediately went out there and got hurt. But I think that they have a nice wide receiver room paired with their quarterback. But we're gonna just be real about the position. AJ Brown and Devonta Smith alone are better than all 3 of those guys: Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins, and Hollywood Brown. So I gotta go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm glad the Hopkins finally gets to go to this big game. Hopefully, he gets a ring. But when I first started noticing, DeAndre Hopkins, man, it was actually a bowl game that I took notice. X, you remember that bowl game? You remember who it was against? But nah, man, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles, man.
You're right. To hell with Hopkins. Gotta be the best.
Smith, AJ Brown, man. Those two, they're really good. I just feel like no Kansas City wide receivers are gonna step up like that. They'll make plays, but they won't be the reason why uh they win this game. Um you got Juju, you got a Hollywood Brown back. Xavier Worthy. I think he's a huge X factor in this game also. But obviously, it's going to the Eagles. All right, let's go to the tight ends, man.
Even at this stage, I'm going with Kelsey.
Come on, X, don't entertain that, man.
Kelsey, I want to say he's 3 catches away from passing Jerry Rice in postseason catches.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. He plays better the bigger the moment. I remember we had a topic earlier on this show way back in the regular season. I said the Chiefs are bored. And Kelsey's the prime example of them being bored. Yeah, he was non-existent at times during the regular season. As soon as the playoffs come, he's producing. Mahomes is targeting him. Goddard is a good tight end, but in this type of game, give me Kelsey.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna do that. That's Travis Kelsey, man. Travis Kelsey. Taylor Swift's gonna be there. Swifties are gonna be there, baby. Yeah, I'm going. Hey, shout out to Taylor Swift, by the way, man. I know it's Yvonne loves Taylor Swift. Hey, see, don't do that. We're gonna get you a Swift t-shirt for the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Travis Kelsey, but Dallas Goddard, hey, he could be an X factor in this game too.
Not unless he's playing the Saints. To hell with him too.
Yeah, I'm going with Travis Kelsey though. Travis Kelsey actually had like a quiet year, if you would say, man. He had 97 receptions. He only had 3 touchdowns because that Chiefs offense was kind of on and off at times. He was pretty close to 1,000 yards receiving. I think Travis Kelsey is going to make it count in this game, though. And obviously, Mahomes is going to be looking for him in this game. I'm taking Travis Kelsey at the tight end position. All right, let's go to the running backs.
Obviously, Saquon, 2,000 yards. There's nothing else to add.
Yeah, Saquon, bro. Going away, bro. Didn't matter who was up. Who was the other guy on the other side? Saquon.
Hey man, shout out to City by the Bay. Saquon's birthday is the Super Bowl. So is mine. Mine, man. So I think he's my new favorite running back. And then it's the year I graduated. He born 1997. February 9, 1997. I knew I liked Saquon for some reason, bro. He's a good dude. Yeah, bro. Easily the Eagles.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Here we go.
Hold on. Now, if you're talking about this particular game, this Super Bowl matchup, obviously we know what Saquon did. Shout out to shout out to him. He did. We know what he did this game. The Chiefs defense, they don't allow 100-yard rushers. They probably allowed one. That's what they allowed. Kareem Hunt, Pacheco. I think. Hold on, man. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Kareem Hunt, Pacheco. They could make those big plays when it's needed. Though I think there is going to be a lot of pressure on Saquon Barkley in this game because people are expecting him to carry this team to the promised land and win this title. But I think it's closer than what people think. But I am giving the edge to Saquon Barkley in this game, though.
Chiefs haven't allowed a 100-yard rushing. In the immortal words of Lauryn Hill, you may win some, but you just lost one. It's coming.
Bars.
I can guarantee that.
Oh, we got a guarantee. Saquon goes over 100.
Put it on your ticket. Put it on your ticket.
All right. Well, you guys said the receivers is the easy one, but this last one probably might be the easiest one. The quarterback position.
Mahomes, nothing else to add.
Hold on.
Oh my
Let me be like
God.
Keo.
Hold on.
Let me do like Keo because Keo likes to do silly stuff, so I'm gonna do it too. Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, God damn it.
thought I was actually gonna say Jalen Hurts? Come on, man. That's what you do. That's what I'm saying. You hold a show up to say Saquon Barkley. I'm like, dude, just say Saquon.
But it's a Super Bowl. You got to think of this
I know. I'm just giving you a
monumental.
hard time.
Patrick Mahomes, bro. Even though I will say that Jalen Hurts may have, you could argue that he outplayed Mahomes last Super Bowl. But he just ran out of time. So I will give him that. I don't think he repeats that performance, but I got Patrick Mahomes, bro.
I think I'm at the point where I'm gonna say now, because before
Your Wi-Fi don't even want you
I
saying this dumb
would
shit.
when Brady was playing against Brady. Well, just line out. Never picking against Patrick Mahomes until he gets knocked down, man, and somebody beats him. I'm taking Patrick Mahomes, especially in this big matchup.
You better be.
All right, guys. All right, so uh, give me uh, give me the pros and cons for the Super Bowl matchup for each
Wait, I didn't
team.
hear what you said. You got cut off. And
No, I said give me the pros and cons in the Super Bowl matchup for each team. Let's start with the pros for the Philadelphia Eagles. The
If I
pros
had
of
to
them
say a
winning this
pro,
game.
if I had to say a pro for the Eagles, basically what you're asking is how do they win this game? You know,
Yeah.
if we could come up with multiple ways. The Eagles wideouts go crazy on their DBs because I think that's the huge advantage that the Eagles have, and I think that Spags is not stupid. He's going to focus on Saquon, so he's going to make Hurts beat him. And it comes down to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, I think, and I think that they're going to ball out like they did last time against the Chiefs. So I don't think they have a disadvantage there. They just have to do all the other stuff right, like get to Mahomes. So I would say that's a pro for the Eagles. A pro for the Chiefs, I said it earlier. Do not let Mahomes get pressured. Simple. If Mahomes does not get pressured, they will have success. Just like the last Eagles Super Bowl against them, they didn't allow a sack. They won the game. They, I think, scored 38. So to me, as long as the Chiefs don't allow any sacks, they're okay. And the Eagles, if they want to win this game, they have to help Saquon. And what that means is AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard, and Hurts can't turn it over.
okay. I would actually say for the Eagles, the pro is that you actually can play similar to the way you played against the Patriots. Play relaxed, take shots, take chances. Maybe you see another Philly shuffle in this game because if they lose to the Chiefs, which even though I think that they're definitely way more talented, nobody's gonna give the Eagles a hard time by losing to the Chiefs. So take your shots, man. Kellen Moore, you're about to leave anyway. Take your shots. Be willing to wild out a little bit in this game and do things that's unpredictable. Do not just turn around and hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley, even though we know what Saquon Barkley brings to the table. I think you take your shots, you have fun with it, be unpredictable, have the Chiefs second guessing themselves, similar to what the Chiefs had Buffalo doing at the end of that game last week. As far as for the Chiefs, to me, just don't turn over the ball. If the Chiefs don't turn over the ball, I think that the Chiefs have a high chance of winning this game. If they turn over that ball, similar to what Box Office said, obviously if you put pressure on Mahomes, he turns the ball over. But if they don't turn the ball over, man, I definitely think that's their pros. They have a great chance of winning the Super Bowl.
All right, pros and cons. I see it like this, man. I think that the Eagles, they have to jump on the Chiefs early. They have to jump on the Chiefs early. And I know I'm big on Saquon Barkley, but they're gonna have to score early and often and have the Chiefs playing from behind. Um, which is gonna let them be able to run the ball late with Saquon and just south the game away. And I think that that's a pro that they have a running back that they'll be able they have the wide receivers to strike early and often, and they have the running back to south the game away. So that's a pro for them. Their offense is a pro. And the pro for Kansas City is they got Patrick Mahomes, bro. They have Patrick Mahomes. They're never out of it. They're going to almost be the favorite in any matchup that they're going into. And he just finds a damn way to win. There's no way that you just no matter what the odds are, you have a chance to win with Patrick Mahomes being your quarterback. And that's the pro, man. That's the pro. You can with the Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes combination. If you're a Kansas City Chief fan, you always feel good about your chances.
Okay. All right. My pro for the Philadelphia Eagles, it's two things. Jalen Hurts gotta be the reason why this team wins. I think Jalen Hurts, he's gonna have to run, take care of the ball like he normally does. Um, you run the ball when it's necessary and throw the ball, man, to the weapons that you have, like Dallas Goedert, with Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. He's gonna have to play big in this game, man. And I think Jalen Hurts, in two Super Bowl appearances already. And I hope he plays good, and I hope he pulls it off. Jalen Hurts always been like a underdog, man. Going into it, even when I was following him in Alabama, because people weren't as high as Hurts going into Alabama, especially Yvonne. People were questioning what type of quarterback Hurts was going to be, and then once Tua took over, people knew that Hurts was on his way out. When he went to Oklahoma, I kind of seen like, okay, see what Jalen Hurts could do. Getting drafted by Philly, people didn't, give him the respect that he deserved. Once he became a starter, he actually showed out. So I want to see Jalen Hurts show out in this game, though, man, and on the biggest stage of the game. He did good the first time they meet, but I just need to see it because people are questioning the throwing game when it comes to Philly. So we'll see. And then the second one is Kellen Moore. I think Kellen Moore is going to have a lot of pressure on him in this game. I know you guys said that he's playing with house money right now, but this is the Super Bowl that we're talking about right now because he could, he's got to call this game at the end of the day, even though I'm gonna speak for myself. I think he will be the next New Orleans Saints head coach. I think once this is all said and done, the Saints will finally announce that Kellen Moore is going to New Orleans. But
I'm helping them unpack.
all right, so let's go to the cons in this game for each team.
The cons for
You want me to
these
go
teams.
first, or you got it?
Go ahead.
Okay, the con is this. As much as we just praised those cornerbacks, this is the Super Bowl. The Eagles' con is they got rookie cornerbacks going up against Patrick Mahomes. They got rookie cornerbacks that Patrick Mahomes. You talk about Patrick Mahomes. This is the biggest stage. And then Gardner Johnson. As much as I love Gardner Johnson, he does get a bit emotional sometimes. This is not the game to get emotional. Don't get emotional. They have to stay within themselves. They are going up against Patrick Mahomes. To me, that's the con. And I'll even add to this. That's the matchup to me. I want to say the confidence the Chiefs is their playmakers on the outside. I mean, you kind of know what Kelsey's going to do. I mean, in a sense, but that's their con. Who's going to step up at the wide receiver position? Will it be Xavier Worthy, who I said is the X factor? Will an older DeAndre Hopkins make some plays? But that's the con. Can they make enough plays? And on the other side, can the Eagles rookie corners and Gardner Johnson keep his emotions in check to get this job done? I think both of that's the con, and also one of the key matchups in this game, because you got a young group and you got an old group with a young guy in Xavier Worthy, and somebody has to show up in this game. We're going to see what side shows up, but that's both the cons for me.
All right. My con for the for the Eagles, is that the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. That's my con. And I like what X said is really parallel to my con, because you got those rookie DBs, man. And he is probably the best quarterback that we've seen in a long time. And to put them out there, he's going to figure them out. He's going to figure them out. He's going to take some shots. And I think if they can just maintain and stay, they're going to give up some passes. Just don't give up too many big ones. Don't give up too many big ones. Just play. If they can just play good, play like they've been playing basically all season. Don't get exposed by Patrick Mahomes. If they get exposed by Patrick Mahomes, this is going to be a long day. Long day. But that's the con. The cons for the Chiefs is Jalen Carter, man. I think that he's gonna raise some hell. I think he's gonna raise some hell on the defensive line, man. Like I said, I think Mahomes goes down like twice, 2 to 3 times in this game, and it's gonna be based off the pressure put on by Jalen Carter in that middle. I don't know if he's gonna run into, if Jalen is gonna get him, or Jalen's going to have that pressure and make him roll out in one of those edges, pick him and get him or whatever, or they're going to send some corner blitzes or something. But I think that Jalen Carter is going to make a big impact in this game. Last year I told y'all Chase Young would, and he started off the game making a big impact. So this year my impact player is going to be Jalen Carter, and I think that's going to be the con for the Chiefs.
Okay. The con for the Chiefs, the Eagles, is you're going up against Andy Reid. And Andy Reid just figures it out every time. A great game plan. Always figures out a new option to throw to, a new play call to run at the right time. No disrespect to Nick Sirianni, but Andy Reid's one of the GOATs, and he always has them prepared no matter what matchup. So the con is they're going up against Andy Reid. The con for the Chiefs, I think, is if they run out of options throwing the ball and they rely too much on Mahomes. Let's say the Eagles figure it out and they just hold Kelsey down and they have to rely on Xavier Worthy or even the run game, Pacheco and Hunt. If they cannot rely on Mahomes, that's going to be problems. And that's obviously where the Eagles want them. So those are my 2 cons.
All right. The biggest con for the Philadelphia Eagles is the freaking referees, man. That's what it comes down to. This entire season, we've been blaming the refs. I see memes about the Kansas City Chiefs and the refs. For me, the Philadelphia Eagles can't give the Chiefs or NFL's fans a reason, or people like, like Yvonne and in the sports world out there, that it was because they got help from the refs. don't put it in the refs' hands. Be them where the refs that don't need to decide this. There's gonna be some plays that's gonna be called, and we're gonna be like, "Oh my god, the refs just gave the Chiefs that play." We're gonna hear it. We're gonna get some plays like that, and it's a Super Bowl. But I do feel like they should let them play, but call the right plays though. At the end of the day, I think that's what it comes down to. I think the con for the
Chiefs.
the Chiefs is it's that defense, man. It's that defense. They cannot give up those big plays to the Eagles wide receivers. I think that's the con of for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, man. Um, I'm gonna do one last topic before we actually give our official Super Bowl predictions. So with that being said, man, Eagles, people saying a lot of people hate the Kansas City Chiefs now. It's no secret. People hate them. People get tired of seeing them win. Is at the point where they hate Mahomes now. So with that being said, man, is the Kansas City Chiefs the most hated team in sports right now?
I don't think so. No, I'm not gonna say they're the most hated. I don't think people hate the Chiefs as much as other teams like the Cowboys. People hate the Cowboys. I mean, I know they hate that the Chiefs are winning, but I don't think they hate them more than they hate. Like, you either love the Cowboys or you hate the Cowboys. There's no in between with that. Same thing goes for the Lakers. Either you love them or you hate them. There's some people like me, like, God dang, like, man, bruh. Luka Doncic ends up in the Lakers uniform. I'm sitting there like, bruh, I like Luka. I don't like the Lakers. I can't root for the Lakers. So, no, they're not the most hated team in sports. The Yankees are still hated. No, they're not the most hated.
Yeah, I'm here with X. I don't hate the Chiefs. I'm just tired of them.
Yeah.
Right.
So there, I like Andy Reid. I like Mahomes. I like a lot of their personnel, and I've never hated the Chiefs as a franchise. I'm just tired of them. That's all. I like parity. I like when there's new champions constantly. And the only dynasty I ever really liked, I'm not going to count the Jordan Bulls because I wasn't around for half of it.
The Warriors.
But the Warriors. That was the only
Because
dynasty
you
I
hate
liked.
LeBron.
No, well, not just because I hate LeBron, but I love KD. He's my favorite player in the NBA. I liked Steph since Davidson. Obviously, Durant went to Texas, so I've always liked him. Even if he didn't go to Texas, I would have liked Durant. I love Clay. So I always just loved the Warriors personnel, and I thought it was a perfect fit. I love their style of play, but they were the only dynasty I ever liked. I hated the Patriots. The Spurs, I respected them, but they were boring. I hated the Kobe and Shaq Lakers. Oh my god, I didn't even like Kobe until Shaq left. Then I became a Kobe fan. I was never a big Shaq fan. I respect him. He was dominant as hell, but I didn't like him. So those are some of the dynasties in my lifetime, and the Warriors were the only ones I liked. So, and I like parody. So to me, I'm just tired of it. I want something new. I've rooted against the Chiefs in every Super Bowl. Oh my God, I was the biggest Niner fan last year. I wanted the Niners to get that one. And I'm going to be a huge Eagles fan this Sunday, just like I was in the last Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, I respect them, though. And sadly, if you're tired of them, they're still going to be here. Whether they lose Sunday or they lose next year, this is far from over. Mahomes has a lot to go. They'll replace Kelsey. I think Andy Reid isn't close to retirement yet, but as long as you have Mahomes at this point, they're far from done. So I guess we better get used to it.
No, they're not the worst. They're not the most hated team. I think like people just tired of them. I think I'm the perfect example of a person that gets tired of a team winning because the first Patriots Super Bowl they won, I was cheering for them. I was so happy that them boys had beat the Rams because I hated the Rams at the time because they were so dominant. So, but by the time that Brady won his last one in New England, hated him. Hated him, man. Respected the hell out of Brady, respected the hell out of Belichick, but I couldn't stand the Patriots as a whole, bro. And I think that this is different from them because most people dislike the Patriots. I don't think that's just the same with the Chiefs right now. You're seeing people they're getting more flack now because of the calls and stuff. But I still don't think it's close to how people hated the Patriots. People really did not like those bastards for real. And it's you mentioned the Warriors. The Warriors. I did see both Bulls three-peats, both
Right.
Bulls dynasties, and I don't think anybody hated them.
Yeah,
I think I
people
don't think
love them.
I think maybe Knicks fans hated them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this.
Pistons fans, maybe.
Yeah,
Pistons fans, I don't think. Well, Pistons fans may have hated them, but
especially the first three.
yeah, the first. I don't think the second three. I don't think they were like, well, we wasn't gonna do it. You know what I mean? But the what I think is different. I like the Warriors when they won their first one. I liked them, but then I just got tired of them. I didn't want to see them win no more. You know what I mean? And because it was unbelievable. And before they went on their run, I was this close to being an OKC fan. And then Kevin Durant goes to the damn Warriors. Like I literally was going. I said, "Yeah, I'm going with OKC next year." After they beat the Warriors, after they lost, the Warriors beat them three when they were up 3-2, and the Warriors came back and beat them. I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna be. They're gonna beat the Warriors next year, and then they'll be battling LeBron. And at that time, I wasn't the biggest LeBron fan, especially like now. Um, and it takes a lot for me. Like I didn't like Kobe at first, kind of like what you said. I didn't like Kobe at first until he was going through that trial, and he still was coming back dropping 30 on people. I was like, this dude is awesome. You know what I'm saying? He had court one day, the same night he's come back and put 30 on somebody's head. I was like, this dude is a beast. And LeBron, X remember the time the second I became a LeBron fan. This man went crazy on the Celtics. I looked X in his eyes. I said, "This dude the greatest, bro. This dude is the greatest." And I've been a fan ever since. But people get tired of seeing you win, and I think that's what's going on with the Patriots now. I mean, the Chiefs now. People getting tired of seeing them win. But like you said, man, we got a few more years, bro. Y'all might as well get used to it. Strap in. They're gonna be around. They're going to be around, barring any injury to Mahomes.
Um, I do think they are the most hated team in the NFL, though. I think when it comes down to it, I think a lot of teams really despise and hate this team, and and they don't do anything wrong though. They're not any scandals or anything like that. Their players, they don't get in trouble. I mean, they did in the past, but yeah, they don't get in trouble like that. The Chiefs and their fans, that for the most part, their fans are pretty nice people. They're not rude, obnoxious, and they're not the ones that talk trash a lot.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to
but
say. So
I don't but I don't think they're the most hated team in I don't think they're the most hated team in sports though. They're just more teams that I just hate more and I can't stand when it comes to in sports. Like, I hate the New York Knicks. I hate the Duke Blue Devils.
yeah,
Um um there's a lot of people that hate the New York Yankees more. Just certain teams like that. There's a good amount of people that actually hate the LSU Tigers. So
Yeah.
oh, look at Yvonne.
I don't
But
hate LSU or the Saints. I just think
uh,
their fan base is delusional. That's all.
You're a hater.
hey, X and C, did you guys ever hate Alabama football team?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hated Alabama.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
so
another one.
so so to you they're the most hate you're that's the most hated team to you in college football.
I hate that we lost some, but I'm not gonna say I don't know. Like I'm not. After a while, I started thinking that they were cool. Like I'm not saying cool, but just not. I don't hate them. I just don't care for them. That's all it is.
Like I said, I respected
Yeah,
them
you
with
respect when
Saban,
that Nick Saban. Yeah.
but now I feel like it's almost like, and I know they just crushed my team this year, but I don't think it's a big deal. Like when we do beat them, it's not gonna be as big of a deal as it was when Saban was there. And
Right.
I think that it was kind of personal. The reason why we hated Alabama so much, because Saban went there and then he made them a dynasty when that was supposed to be us. You know what I mean?
I really don't hate no team. The only team I'll never root for is the Lakers, unless my sons play for them.
Wow.
I don't like the Lakers. I just, for whatever reason, I just think that they're like, that's everybody's bandwagon team. Everybody jumps on the Lakers bandwagon for whatever reason, whether it's LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, whatever your reason is. I don't care. That's why I don't like them. But I don't hate them. I just don't care for them. If I had to rank my teams that I dislike the most, the Lakers would be at the top for sure.
Okay, for me, I kind of agree with y'all on Alabama. Hated them at first. I was so tired of them. But I grew this type of respect for Saban and his process that I was like, you know what? Like, salute Saban. Like, you really like do it like the right way, and you really like that's respectable what you've done.
I don't think that's the right way.
I don't so I don't hate Alabama anymore. I just don't care for them, like X said. But the team I really hated was the Patriots, bro. I can't. I will never like the Patriots. That's my Lakers. There's nothing about that franchise I ever liked. It's cold. It's murky. I didn't like Kraft. I didn't like Belichick. I respected Brady, but all the Spygate, the Flakegate, it was always something. I just never liked anything about the Patriots. They ruined so many Super Bowl appearances for my Colts potentially, and then I also hate the Lakers as well. Look, bro, that's everybody's team that everybody hooks onto in the NBA. They get every star they want. It's LA as well. Nothing like about LA. So,
Yvonne, what college football team do you hate the most?
I can't say I hated Alabama the most, more than Oklahoma and Texas A&M, because I think I don't hate Oklahoma or Texas A&M. Texas A&M, bro, Texas just owns them, so I'm not. They're like the little brother. Oklahoma, I never hated. I just didn't like them. I didn't care for them, but I didn't hate them. I'd say I hated Alabama. I think LSU fan base is delusional. Like, there's nothing wrong with LSU.
Wow.
It's their fan base is delusional. They pick up the win every single year.
What's crazy is I actually, if I had to say one college team that I just haven't liked my entire life, is Oklahoma. I just don't like Oklahoma for whatever reason. I never was a fan of him. Yeah, I know they had Adrian Peterson. He was a monster. Didn't like him when he was there neither. I thought he was great, but I didn't like it. I didn't like nothing about Oklahoma.
Interesting.
All right, man. Well, that's the most hated.
I like Saban more now that he's retired. Like, I've watched his interviews. It's a joy to watch him talk about football now.
Yeah, because he's passionate.
Yeah, and he makes so much sense. I see why them kids bought in and they went out there and won like that, bro. That's
All right. Before we get to our Super Bowl prediction, I wanted to do we have one more topic really quick to get out the way.
Been saying that 2 times.
So okay, so that's one more. Then we do the Super Bowl prediction. All right.
Go ahead, Julio.
Okay, so it is in football though. That's why I'm doing this right now. So Myles Garrett has requested to get traded. He wants out of Cleveland. The LA Rams has informed Cooper Cup that they're going to be moving him also. So out of those two players, which one may have the biggest impact on their teams?
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett.
Bro,
he's
what?
the best. He's arguably the best defensive player in the league right now, and he's like 27, 28 years old, something like that. So wherever he goes, he's gonna have the biggest impact because Cooper Cup, he's on the downside of his career now. He can still catch the ball if he's put in a good position, but I believe his best days are behind him. When Myles Garrett's best days are possibly still in front of him. So depending upon where he goes, his best days are ahead of him, man. Whoever gets him is going to get a gem. I don't know what they're going to have to give up to get him, but he's definitely going to make their team better.
Okay. I totally agree with C here. Cooper Cup is older. He's on the downward spiral. There was games he disappeared. But I would know because I was betting on his ass and he'd finish with one catch with 12 yards. And I'm like, bruh. And he had an awesome chemistry with Stafford. So if Stafford can't find him, then good luck to the next quarterback. I think the injuries have caught up to Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
Great Triple Crown year. Maybe the best year ever for a receiver because he won the Triple Crown and won Super Bowl MVP. That's actually pretty nuts.
Yeah, I forgot he won the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty nuts. He had 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. That's crazy to cap it all off. But
that was Odell's MVP.
Hey, man, injuries are a part of it. But at the end of the day, Myles Garrett is 29. He's got at least 4 or 5 big years left. I actually believe Myles Garrett. A lot of people are thinking this is a play for a bigger contract in Cleveland. I actually believe Myles Garrett is just sick and tired of losing. I think he truly wants to win, and I respect that. I'm always for guys chasing rings. I think I'll give you one NFC team, one AFC team that should throw the house. The NFC team that should throw the house is the Green Bay Packers. They are a couple of stars away from being legit contenders, and Myles Garrett would be huge for their defense. Huge. They're already a playoff team. Like this could take them to the NFC title game. The AFC team that should do it right now, they should be on the phone, is the Buffalo Bills. You got to get to Mahomes. You have to throw something big. Von Miller is washed. Okay. They don't have a lot of talent on the defensive side. Put Myles Garrett on the other side of Josh Allen. That'd be nice. So I think those two teams need to go all out for them. I know somebody mentioned Detroit. I think Detroit is fine if Aiden Hutchinson is healthy. I think they should just stick with their draft picks. I think Buffalo and Green Bay are missing a big defensive presence. So those are two teams I think should go all out. Cooper Cup, a team that should take a flyer is somebody like a Pittsburgh. It doesn't hurt. But I don't think Cooper Cup is ever going to reach back what he once was.
Yeah, I think Cooper Cup needs to get into a role where he's the number 3 guy in the slot, something like that can help out. You know, maybe a team like, I'm going to just throw a team like Cincinnati out there that has this definite number 1 guy, and they can get in for the low. But yeah, it's Myles Garrett. It's not even close on this call. I'll throw 2 teams out there as well. I think a team that should, and I like the Green Bay one, but I'm going to go Chicago. I think Chicago's offense is going to be much better this year with Ben Johnson. And I think that when you look at Myles Garrett and you think about the Chicago Bears, he just looks like he would play for the Chicago Bears. I don't know, like he gives that type of aura. So I would say Chicago because of what you see in that division, as far as how good all those teams are. And then the AFC, man. I don't know. I was gonna say Buffalo, but now I'm trying to think of a different team outside of Buffalo because I do agree with Yvonne on Buffalo. Um, Maybe a team like the Chargers. Maybe they'll take a chance and just add to what they already have. They're already good defensively, but they can be better. And maybe he wants to go to LA. I don't know, but I was gonna say Buffalo.
Let me get my two teams in since y'all y'all going with y'all teams. Well, I'll put it this way, man. For both, I'll do one team that should go out to both players. All right. And I think it's Keo's Dallas Cowboys.
He is from Arlington, Texas, by the way.
I could see I could see him lining up on the other side of 11 from heaven and them having a hell of a pass rush, maybe the best pass rush in the league with those two, right? And I don't think anybody would argue with me on that. And I think that energizes their team immediately.
Right.
It gives them something. It gives them something to look forward to, and actually almost play for. And imagine lining Cooper Kupp in, and again, I mean, in that slot on the other side of CeeDee Lamb. I think that helps out their offense tremendously with Dak. I think that gives Dak somebody quick to get the ball to. And he knows what to do with the ball when he gets it in his hand. I think that helps their team out tremendously, and it brings them right back up to the forefront of that NFC East division. So
see, you're learning something. See, I'm proud of you. I actually like that better than everything I said. I really like him going to Dallas, and I'll even throw something. If they would draft Ashton Genty, the Cowboys would be right there in the mix with everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
If they would get Genty, Kupp, and Myles Garrett for sure.
If they got all three of them, man, they'd be top 3 in the NFC instantly.
I like it.
As far as this trade goes,
yeah, that's what all in looks like.
Yeah, Jerry. But as far as this goes, obviously it's Myles Garrett. I think Cleveland franchise is hurting as it is. I mean, they're basically with what's going on with Deshaun right now. They lost Amari Cooper in the middle of the season. The only person you got left is Nick Chubb. I won't be surprised if he ends up wanting to leave also. So, yeah, man, the Browns is looking like the Browns that I remember. So, yeah, I think
the Browns again.
Yeah, so it's gonna make a huge impact, and wherever Myles Garrett goes, it's gonna even make a more bigger impact depending on who he goes. I'm thinking more of a contender because he wants to win now. I don't think it's about the money. And then it's just Cooper Kupp, man. His number it's just very inconsistent. He's getting injured. It's just up and down when it comes to Cooper Kupp, man. I think the guy just needs to stay healthy. And obviously, I don't think they would have let him go if they knew the potential they had in Puka Nacua, because he showed up, man, not just last year but this past season also. So I think that's the reason why, and I think Cooper, he will make an impact on wherever he goes because he's still a legit solid wide receiver, no matter where he goes. I think a team that I'm gonna say for Miles Garrett, I think a team that Miles Garrett I could see him in is the San Francisco 49ers. I think the Niners, they happen to make these trades when it comes to defensive players. And that would be a vicious 1-2 punch with Bosa and and Miles Garrett. Like that, it kind of reminds me of that year. Was it 2015 when the Broncos won that Super Bowl? Um, when they had DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller wreaking havoc. It'll remind me of that, and it's kind of funny though because next year's Super Bowl, we know where it's at.
I don't.
It's at Levi Stadium. And then Cooper Cup. I think the New Orleans Saints should go after Cooper Cup. I think they can get him for a cheap deal because
Don't send him over there to die.
oh, come on, man. Sometimes there are some Saints players that kind of lightweight rejuvenate their career when they go to New Orleans. So I'll give them that.
A lot of them do, but he's not the one to do that.
No, but you need a number 2 though, man. Because
I would take him. I would take him.
Because I don't
We
trust
need a
Shea-
number 1. We have.
Because I don't no wait, hold on. Because I don't trust Shaheed. I don't trust A.T. Perry as those guys that step up. But Chris Olave, he's the number
Are
1
those
guy.
even NFL players?
Wow.
Like okay, hold on. But I like Chris Olave. Chris Olave should be your number 1 guy. He just needs to stay healthy and have a quarterback to throw him the ball. If it's Derek Carr, if it's Spencer Rattler,
There you go. There you go. There
He
you
needs to be
go.
our number 2 guy. Olave needs to be our number 2 guy, and Cooper Cup can't be our number 1.
I think that's a good duo though. Cooper Cup and the Chris Olave, not bad, huh? And then you got you got your tight end Taysom Hill, that the security blanket that the quarterback needs. Well, why not? I mean, you guys, especially
if it was still 2022.
That's
Hey, man.
wow.
Bruh.
Should I see? I should have picked a
Disrespect.
different team. All right, man. So let's finally give our official Super Bowl predictions, man. Who you got winning this game? Tell me the score and who's your Super Bowl MVP. What's up?
Man, I'll go first, man. Look, I told you I'm tired of the Chiefs. I am rooting for the Eagles. I rooted for them the last time they played each other. It's literally fly, Eagles, fly for me on Sunday. But
There's always a but.
I cannot continue picking against the Chiefs. I picked the Niners to win the Super Bowl last year. I've learned my lesson. And I thought the Niners going up against them a second time in a Super Bowl, I was like, oh, they're really going to be on it. They're going to get this revenge. They're going to equal it out. No. I hate to say it. I've got the Chiefs. I think they'd allow no more than 1 sack in this game. I think they contain Jalen Carter, Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith. The Eagles might get 1. They'll get 1, actually. I'll say they get 1. But for the most part, they get contained. They have the better coach. They have the better quarterback. I also watched highlights of that first Super Bowl, and Kelsey was eating Gardner Johnson up. So I don't feel confident about that either. Back and forth game, similar like the first time. No running back has ran 100 yards on the Chiefs this year. I don't think Saquon does it either. Spags is not stupid. They know Saquon is the priority. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. I looked up how much McCaffrey had last year on him. He had 80 yards. I'm going to say my Saquon stat line goes 18 rushes, 88 yards, and a touchdown, which is good. But is it going to be good enough to win the game? I say no. Chiefs end up with the ball last. Mahomes drives them down, kicks it for the win. I'm rooting for the Eagles. I really am. but I just have to sit back and be realistic. They have the coach, they have the quarterback. 31-28, Kansas City. Mahomes gets MVP. I think C said earlier you have to jump on the Chiefs. I disagree. Teams have jumped on the Chiefs. You got to finish against the Chiefs. That fourth quarter, you got to win. And they win every single one possession game. I don't know how they keep figuring it out. They have not lost in the playoffs for 3 years now. This is going to be the first ever three-peat. This is going to be history. This is going to be something none of us have ever seen before. No NFL team has won 3 straight Super Bowls. Mahomes and Reed are the first to do it. I hate to say it, but I'm tired of picking against them. Better coach, better quarterback, better tight end. Chiefs 31-28.
I'm gonna let you go, see. Go ahead. It's your birthday. You want to go last, and that's your birthday.
Go, man. I go.
Go ahead.
All right, man. This is what's gonna happen. The last year I picked against the Chiefs because I believe that in every category except for quarterback, the 49ers were better. Well, pretty much every category besides quarterback, the 49ers were better. I look at the teams this year. Pretty much in every category except for quarterback, the Eagles are better. Last year I picked the 49ers. This year I'm gonna pick the Eagles. I can't keep being wrong, bro. I can't keep being wrong. And one thing about it, man, it's very seldom that I've learned over the years that you don't pick against Mahomes. You don't pick against Mahomes, but it has to stop sometime. I think it stops at this time. I think that this is a better team than that 49ers team last year. Better receivers, better quarterback, and even a better running back. I think this year Saquon Barkley is better than last year's Christian McCaffrey. And I'm standing on that. And I think Saquon's numbers will be a little more like 22 rushes, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he wins the MVP of the Super Bowl as the Eagles win 34-26.
Wow.
I think that they make it enough to it won't come down to that one possession. It won't go. That's the only way they'll win. If it comes down to one possession, the Chiefs will win. So they're gonna have to make it
26. Okay.
They're gonna have to make it to where it's not. That's still a one possession game, but they're gonna need a 2-point conversion as well. So they're gonna make it to where they're comfortable, and they just have to make that stop. They'll have to make 2 stops. if they score a touchdown, they'll have to make another stop.
So by that Saquon stat line, you clearly think he's just the difference.
Yeah, he's the difference of this team.
Okay,
he's the difference in this team.
I hope you're right.
He's pretty much the only difference in this team from the last time they won the Super Bowl. So, I think he makes this team that much better than their last team, and better than the Chiefs this time.
Go ahead.
When y'all pick as well, I want to hear y'all Saquon stat line. Mine's 18 rushes, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
Man, bro. Okay, so last week on the show, I told you I was leaning towards the Eagles. And I did pick the Chiefs to win last year, even though when we did this very show, I picked the Niners basically across the board, except for quarterback and coach. And see, I think that you're onto something when you say this is very similar to last year. Man, and before the show started, I had the Eagles. But man, it's so hard to pick against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I think, like box office, I think that as much as I feel like the Eagles have the better team, and a part of me wants them to win, I got the Chiefs, man. I think the Chiefs get the dub. I do think Saquon Barkley does go over 100 yards. I'll say 21 rushing attempts. I'll say about a buck 12 and a touchdown. But when the chips are down, man, I just think the Chiefs find a way to get it done. They'll be the first team to three-peat. And I got the score 27-23 with Patrick Mahomes, the MVP.
What? All right, man. I'm obviously you know who I'm going. I can't stand the Philadelphia Eagles, but that's not the reason why, though, man. That is not the reason why. It's the Kansas City Chiefs at the end of the day. They got Patrick Mahomes. They got that genius Andy Reid, the defensive specialist Steve Spagnuolo, man. I just cannot go against Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry. I'm rolling with the Chiefs in this game. I think Saquon Barkley, he will struggle in this game. I'm gonna say 19 carries for 68 yards. I think the Chiefs will contain them in this game, and I think they're just gonna rely too much on Saquon Barkley, and they're gonna try to make Jalen Hurts beat them in this game, and I just don't think it will happen. And I think that Chiefs offense, man, Patrick Mahomes will find his way. I think the running game will make the necessary runs. Um, Xavier Worthy, I think he's gonna be a huge dynamic in this game, though. They're gonna line up in different formations. He's gonna catch the ball also. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. I think this will be a less exciting Super Bowl for this one compared to last year. Because last year, that thing went to the final play, went to overtime. I think the Chiefs win this very clearly, man. I'm going to say 30-17 in this game.
Wow. Okay.
And I got Patrick Mahomes as the Super Bowl MVP.
What's your Saquon stat line?
Yeah, I said it. I said 19 carries for 67 yards.
I didn't say this part. I do think Jalen Hurts is going to throw 2 picks in this game. And I think that's going to be the difference.
All right, guys. Before we get out of here, man, how are you guys celebrating your Super Bowl this upcoming Sunday? What's it looking like at the household for you guys?
I'll go first. So I'm not crazy about Super Bowl parties, believe it or not, because I love partying and I love football. So you think the two mix, but I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about them because I think it's more for casuals that didn't watch all year,
God.
and then they show up and they're like, "Saquon played for the Eagles." And it's like, and so like you get annoyed watching.
Hey, that's so damn funny.
Hey, and you get annoyed because you're like, bro, like you're annoying me. You're here just to drink and BS. I'm over here actually caring about the game. So I try to limit my Super Bowl parties with people that actually truly watch and truly care. However, I won't be in Richmond, Virginia this weekend. I'll be actually in Nashville, Tennessee, celebrating my birthday, and I'll be watching the Super Bowl there. And I'm going with my girlfriend. We're not going to Broadway for the Super Bowl. That would be a madhouse. I would hate that. I'm going to stay in the hotel, order wings, pizza, whatever, and watch it with her. That's it. I want to focus 100% on the game. That's what I'm doing. So not chilling with people that are like, is AJ Brown on the Titans? No. So, that's how I'm celebrating. Simply watching the game.
Birthday, man.
What?
When is your birthday?
I'm the 6th. So what is that, Thursday?
Oh, okay. You might be all right, man. You're a February birthday, bro. You close enough. You might. All right. How I'm celebrating? Well, being as that is my birthday, I'm gonna be spending it with my family. we shout out to my mama because she my mama had my birthday present this year. She was giving me two tickets to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I declined because way too expensive for my team not to be there. And she said, like, up until probably 2 months ago, she was like, do you want me to order these tickets, get these tickets or not? Or whatever. I was like, no, I'm just gonna watch TV at the house. So she got me a TV. She replaced my TV for me to watch. So shout out to my mama. She got me an awesome Christmas present. I got it earlier this week. But yeah, I'm gonna be spending it with my family and watching it with some casuals because they nobody watches sports like me. Even my son, he's not my son Hunter. He's not gonna be Saquon plays for the Eagles, but you know what I'm saying. He's not the biggest football fan. He's more of a basketball fan. He FaceTimed me earlier to tell me how crazy LeBron was playing tonight. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna be mine. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm a barbecue or we're gonna do finger foods or get something catered from Hot Food Express or something like that. We're gonna do it big. I just put in my request for my my birthday gifts from my family today. So they complained to me about how much the shoes and the shirts are. But you know, it is what it is, man. I make y'all birthday gifts happen. Make mine happen.
I hear you, man. That's what's up, man. I'm like y'all boys, man. I don't really want to be around the casuals either, because all my people gonna say is, "Oh, are you ready for the usher?" Oh,
yeah. I literally forget who's performing.
Or the Kendrick Lamar. Like my daughter gonna be like, "I want to see Kendrick Lamar and do not like us." So
I forgot who was performing this year, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, and my wife, all she cares about is the commercials. I want to see the new cool commercials. And I'm like, what? Okay.
They fell off too. Them commercials suck.
So I honestly, my wife then might go to her mom and dad's house where they'll be over there probably barbecuing. And they'll probably
which is what you wish for.
Right? They'll probably ask me to go, and I'm gonna be like, no, I'll be at home by myself watching the game. Probably doing the same thing as box office, order some pizza, some wings, and then just chill out, man. Hopefully, the Eagles can get it done. Because I want Saquon to win, man.
Yeah, man. He my new favorite running back. Happy birthday, bro.
He won me Cupid's league. Shout out to Cupid, man.
So, I want Saquon to win, but AJ Brown along with Mike Evans, my favorite receiver. So I really want AJ Brown too.
Okay. So
look, man, you mentioned casuals real quick, man. Is it just me? But I don't trust a man that doesn't know anything about sports, bro. Have y'all ever been like introduced to a guy?
Yeah, like if a man does not watch sports, it's kind of weird to me immediately.
But you really got to think of, they probably do know sports, but they don't know as much as we do because
I've met, listen, y'all are married. X is married. This is what wives do sometimes. They'll introduce you to their friend's husband. And they're on some like it's a play date almost like
and they're into hiking and weird stuff.
Yeah, and then you talk to them, and I'm like, man, you a Saints fan or whatever? You're like, nah, I don't really watch sports. I'm like, bro, hey, Trisha, let's go, baby. I don't have nothing to do with this dude, man. This dude don't know nothing about sports. I don't have nothing to talk to this dude.
I could see you doing that too.
Hey, a man's got to do at least one of these three things, right? They either got to like sports, got to like drinking, or you got to like gambling on sports. One of those three. Give me one, I'm good. Like, how do you not do any of them? What do you do? You hike? What do you do? Like,
I mean, have you ever met a guy who not that he doesn't really watch sports, that he doesn't know anything about?
Yes,
sports?
And then I don't know what to talk to him about.
I don't have anything to talk about to you. Get the hell away from me, dude.
Well, Well, when it comes to this year's Super Bowl, everybody knows, man, I'm a huge person when it comes to family. So, with that being said, man, I will be at my oldest sister's Nancy's house this weekend. She's having a huge Super Bowl party. Obviously, her and her husband are huge Kansas City Chiefs fans, so everybody's gonna be rooting against them. This year's actually the first time where I'm actually rooting for the Chiefs this year. Last year, especially being in the Bay Area, everybody down here was rooting for the San Francisco 49ers. So we're gonna do a mix of everything. Obviously, American food and Cambodian food also. And then on top of that, they're probably gonna get like 20 bottles of Hennessy, knowing my family. So, but yeah, man,
Hey,
Super
let me
Bowl.
ask you all this before we sign off. What is y'all's like favorite appetizer for the Super Bowl that you'll go to a Super Bowl party and it's always majority of the time is there? What is y'all's favorite appetizer? Y'all are from Louisiana, so y'all eat a lot of variety. So y'all might say something I've never even tried. I'll go first. Buffalo chicken dip. Oh, bruh. I will eat the whole damn dip after a while. Like that thing is addicting, bro. That thing is like a drug,
Um,
just like an appetizer, something small.
appetizer is probably a dip, crawfish dip, something like that. That they make down here. They have it's like cheese and crawfish in there, like almost like a nacho cheese type of dip with
That's
crawfish
fine.
in it. It's delicious.
Funny thing that y'all said, I'm not a dip person. I really don't care for dips
Wow.
like that.
You tripping.
That's not my thing. And really, I'm being honest, I don't really go to parties for the Super Bowl. Like I get invited to a lot of them, and unless it's C that hits me up, actually want to watch the game. If it's dudes that don't watch football, I really don't go around them. Like I really get agitated when you try to talk to me when I'm watching the game. So,
Yeah,
I
you
really
ain't
don't
talking
go
about shit.
places. If I was to go, all I can go up is when I go to restaurants. I like mozzarella sticks.
That's fire though. That's fire. I also
Um,
care about hearing the commentary too for the game. Like
Yeah, I want to hear
Yeah.
all that.
I want to hear all that. I want to be involved. I could care less about halftime, honestly.
well, my favorite is jalapeno poppers.
Uh,
But anyways, man, hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl. Hope everybody enjoys the Super Bowl. But with that being said, let's go to our shout outs.
well, I'll go first because I actually have like a migraine by my head. I don't know if y'all been noticed. I've been trying to hold off them during the show, but my head been hurting. Y'all just been making me laugh, bro. And every time I laugh, I'm like grabbing my head, like, bro, stop. But shout out to y'all boys, man. It's always fun coming on here. Saquon Barkley, man, don't let your boy down, man. I'm rooting for you, bro. I'm rooting for you. Same thing with AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, and all them boys. Y'all go get the dub. Not really the biggest Jalen Hurts guy, so it is what it is with him. But I wish him nothing but the best because if he doesn't play well, I don't think they have a great chance. And I'll be on here next week. And my last thing before I get out of here, Dallas, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
All right, I'll go next. Man, y'all, I don't know if y'all remember preseason when we were making predictions. This boy C goes, the Super Bowl's in New Orleans. It's all my birthday. It's only meant that the Saints end up there.
Bruh,
And here we are.
Hey, you're making his head hurt, man. Don't you care?
Hey, I'm glad C woke up from his nap, bro, because we knew that wasn't gonna happen. C, but regardless, have a good birthday. Hey man, it's basically next week's our last show talking football until the draft. We're switching over basically to basketball, which is still fun, but man, it's always bittersweet when football ends. Hey, Saquon, AJ Brown, prove me wrong. Fly Eagles, fly.
Oh
Go
yeah,
Philly.
happy birthday to both of y'all, man. For real, for real.
Go
Appreciate
Philly.
you, bro. So we're not gonna cover the USFL.
Probably not.
No, man.
And one more thing, Gio. Crawford and Canelo signed that. We'll talk about that later, though.
Man, it's all good.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey man, anybody else remember when Julio Jones went to the Titans and we was like, oh man, they got AJ Brown and Julio Jones. This is gonna be crazy. that was ridiculous, bro. Anyway, man. My last of the shout outs always go to my family, Hunter, Morgan, Tori, Christian, Lee, and Edward. Daddy, love y'all. I see you in just a second. And to my beautiful wife, Latricia, I love you too. I'll see you in just a second. And to Pep Pap's babies, my grandchildren, Marcel Carter Bryant and Azaria Grace Bryant, had their first day of daycare today, man. They did great, they said. They enjoyed themselves. Love y'all. I'll see y'all in just a second, even if it's just on my screen saving. To everybody else out there, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all, the NBS crew, for having me on here. Peace.
Yo, man. Shout out to C, Yvonne. Happy birthday to both you guys. C, live it up. Yvonne, be safe in Nashville, man, especially the way the world's right now with these plane accidents happening. Just be safe out there, man. And obviously, shout out to X, man, always holding it down. This is the NBS Show, episode 78, Super Bowl preview. With that being said, man, we'll see you guys next week. We out. Peace.
Peace. Boot up and shut up.